Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Galactopod, where we talk about a galaxy worth of different topics. My name is Nico.
My name is Logan.
And today we have, for our first segment of the day, we have something that we've been waiting for a decently long time, or at least Netflix Daredevil fans have been waiting for a decently long time. And that is like an actual competent, at least in my opinion, competent Daredevil season of television. And so we'll be reviewing Born Again Season 2. We reviewed Born Again Season 1 a bit ago. And yeah, so we're going to be doing Season 1 today. I think we'll have similar opinions. I don't think our opinions are going to differ too much on this one.
I will say, would you give Season 1 a 9?
Okay, listen. Let me preface this by saying, I gave Season 1 a 9 out of 10. Yes, but I do acknowledge the flaws of Season 1. I just personally really liked the strengths that some people didn't like as much in Season 1. Like, some of the things that people complained about in Season 1, I liked. But I understand why a lot of people didn't like it. But we can give our ratings for Season 2 on 3. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 9. You gave it 9.5? Okay,
yeah.
I gave it 9. I that's why I didn't think we were going to differ too much. I do think this season is probably a better 9 than the last one is, in my opinion. But I don't know. I think there was some good stuff.
Universally, people disagree with you on that.
I know a lot of people really don't like Season 1, and I see why.
A lot of people, including the actors and the people who actually worked on the show.
I know. Which is why, I can't go back on my opinion just because of that, though.
Yeah.
But I do like the season. So, okay, do you want to start with pros or cons?
We should start with cons, because I don't have many. Most of my cons are actually, hardly cons and more just...
Okay, we'll start with cons.
Okay, I'll go first. This is by far the biggest one for me. The only thing that is keeping this show from being a 10 out of 10 is the 8-episode format. And whoever started the 8-episode format...
It's weird
Put him on that fucking cruise ship with the hantavirus, bro. Come on.
Oh my god, we can't say that. Please ignore that part. But, okay, it's weird because the first season was 10 episodes, wasn't it? Or 9?
It was 8.
No, it was 9.
It was 8 or 9. I'm pretty sure it was 8, though.
I'm 90% sure it was 9.
Because all of Netflix Daredevil was 13 or 10. So, I'm pretty sure it was 8.
Well, either way, I don't know. I do agree with you, though. The 8-episode format was a little weird. I personally... I didn't think the format was terrible. I do think it wasn't perfect. I would have preferred more episodes. I thought there was going to be more because we had planned to review this later because we thought we were going to get 10 episodes.
Yeah. But
we didn't get 10 episodes, so we're reviewing it now. But I mean, I kind of agree. I do think there are other things holding it back, though, other than that. Which is, I'll give my first one, and this isn't like anything no one has said. I really don't like the Heather plotline. I didn't like it in Season 1. That was one of the main things I didn't like in Season 1. I don't like it in Season 2. Mostly because I don't really believe her descent to madness, really. I don't believe it's justified. I don't believe it makes sense.
I think it's justified, and I think the actor... to be fair, the actress does a very good job.
She does a good job. I just don't like writing-wise. Don't agree with her motivations to become Muse. I don't really believe her descent into madness at all.
Okay, had she been a fucking actor and it was some method acting bullshit, okay. But the reasoning that they're trying to give you is that, oh, well, she was a therapist. She had to be in the Muse's head. The problem is they only had her see him a singular time.
Yeah, they had him see him twice, I think.
No, it was once in the interview where they spoke 3 words, and then a singular time outside of that. At least on screen, because I think it was implied they saw each other more off screen. No, I'm pretty sure it was said that his first, they talk about...
because when he's in Season 1, when he's talking to her, and he's like, you've helped me open my eyes.
He's talking about her books.
Was he talking about
he was talking about her books.
Maybe, but, so either way, I just don't believe her descent into madness. I don't believe I don't believe the justification for her to become Muse.
I can believe all of it had she been given more screen time, which is why I say the 8 episodes fucks up. Because had you given Heather 25 minutes of a 50-minute episode showing her being with Muse, showing or even in Season 1, showing her meeting him, slowly getting further and further into his psyche, It's
yeah,
I
like
don't understand
if we had
it.
done that, maybe. The problem is that, like, based off what we see on screen, what we see Heather go through on screen in both season 1 and season 2 should not result in her being this way at all, in my opinion. I don't believe it. Plus, on top of that, she's just insanely unlikable and such like a forced character. Like the weird stuff she has with Buck that I'll get into later, the forced romance in season 1 with Matt, and just all the like.
I don't think season 1 was forced, but I will say, now that we're on that, the Buck and Heather stuff.
I'm gonna talk more about that later, but I had a lot of issues with that.
I'm just gonna talk about it now. That was ridiculously forced to me. Like Vanessa, like, ooh, maybe it'll. I sat you guys together. Maybe a little attention will help, or a little company will help you. And then, like, do we even talk about the weird bedroom scene?
God, that shit had me so. Oh my god!
Like it literally looked like I usually skip this part. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say now because I already have it as one of my cons. That scene, dropped it a whole like half point, just that alone, because that's probably the most uncomfortable I've ever felt watching a show in my life. Because there was no.
I think they wanted you to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, but like it was so, but like not uncomfortable in a good way. Uncomfortable of this came out of nowhere. Because like I'm not talking about the scene where they're sitting next to each other in the gala or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like, okay, whatever. You're introducing that dynamic, but like what the very next episode you have that weird ass scene of her choking him. That was like I genuinely thought I clicked the wrong website, bro. Seriously, like that was just not needed. It was really forced. It was really weird and it did not have to be there. There was very little narrative sense for it to be there.
Yeah, I already talked about the pacing. The pacing obviously in this season is really fast overall, and that's because of the 8-episode format. Yeah, pretty much everything else I have on here is low-key just personal preferences of things I would have wished we would have seen. Like, so I'll list a few off just because these aren't actual cons. I do wish we saw more of Bullseye, because when he was on the screen, he was...
I agree with that, yeah.
One of the best characters. I wanted more to be done with Kirsten, because in season 1, I really liked her character.
Yeah, me too.
And in this season, I also really liked her character, but she only has, 10 minutes of screen time?
Yeah, she doesn't do much in this season.
And this is a big one for me. Or no. There's two more. One, I wish we had more church scenes.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that later, yeah.
But this is a big one for me, and it's that I have never been a fan of Karen and Matt. Yeah. I personally will always be Elektra x Matt. I'm pretty sure they're going to revive her for the second time with the hand.
In season 3, yeah.
In season 3 or in Brand New Day, one of those two.
She won't get revived in Brand New Day, no.
She might show up in Brand New Day. I don't know if they'll show the revival, but she might show up in Brand New Day.
I doubt it.
Well, my assumption would be that's the reason Peter's at the prison, would be my assumption.
The reason Peter's at the prison is because of the hand.
Yeah, they're trying to assassinate Matt, but it could be because of Elektra. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. The Karen and Matt thing to me, I'm not even gonna lie. In season 1 of the Netflix show, Karen had so much more chemistry with Foggy than she did with Matt. She just openly says that Matt's hotter. She just openly says that multiple times. It's like, I don't know. I honestly support Castle with fucking Karen and Frank Castle more than I do Matt and Karen. That literally is a thing for me. It's like, it's not a bad relationship by any means. I just don't see it, personally.
Okay, maybe it's because it's been a very long time since I've seen Netflix Daredevil, but I personally, I see what you mean, and I did think Elektra and Matt was better, but I do think the stuff they do with Karen and Matt this season is good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not bad.
I liked it.
This is a personal preference thing. That's why it's like, that's why I listen them off.
Fair.
I'm out of cons.
Okay, I'll give my next con, because you referenced this just now, and in our when we reviewed the first season, something that we didn't really speak on is that there was basically nothing to do with the church in season 1, right? Yeah. We have basically no church scenes in season 1, pretty much at all, and they tried to integrate it a little bit more in this season, but one of the cons for this season is that we got a scene with Bullseye in a church before Matt in Born Again. Yeah. And it's like this, the reason why I didn't complain about it as much in season 1 is because I just liked the other stuff they ended up spending time on enough to kind of not really care about that. In this season though, where they're trying to tap back into what made Daredevil in Netflix, I do think they should have used the church more.
Yeah. I think in season 3 we're gonna see a lot of him in prison, repenting, all of that.
Probably, yeah.
We're probably gonna see a lot of religious stuff, and we're also gonna see the Defenders, which they're probably gonna end up leaning into Heroes for Hire, which is kind of the big theory right now. But yeah, you got any more?
Okay, yeah, I have a few more. I'll get a few of the smaller ones out of the way. Daniel is still a bitch. The best thing he does in this entire show is die. I can't stand him. He's annoying. He doesn't really do much. His fucking, like, even the episode with him and BB where they go to his mom's house was, like, kind of cool, but also just get rid of him by now. Like, I was kind of so tired of him.
A lot of people, from what I've seen, a lot of people, like, love his character. And they're talking about how he's, like, a representation of young boys that are being manipulated by, like, an older male presence. And it's like, I do see that, all of that. But, like, and, what's his name? James Gandolfini? Or Michael Gandolfini? I don't remember which one. But, he actually does a really good job with Daniel. There's not a single
I just don't like that character.
I just don't. Like, I never understood Daniel's character. They didn't elaborate enough on him.
Yeah.
Like, there should have been more done with him. I will say, though, him and Buck was a really good dynamic. Until he gets shot in the face.
Yeah, it's not, like, I don't think it was the best dynamic. I think they were establishing one that had potential, but
yeah.
they didn't do anything.
They were originally planning to keep Daniel alive. The scene of Daniel dying was CGI'd afterwards. Originally, that scene was supposed to be Buck not pulling the trigger and walking off. And they CGI'd the gun, his head hitting the floor, the blood puddling.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. But another one that I've actually, in this season, have grown to dislike more, I think BB is also annoying. And I know that Daniel's into her, but I don't think I've ever seen such, like, an obvious, like, leech in my life. And, like, she basically faces no consequences for, like, using the fuck out of Daniel and basically getting him killed.
Yeah, bro. That's what, like, your first bad bitch will do to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, but, like, it's insane, though. Like, she faces zero repercussions, and it seems like she's not going to face any.
Well,
because she ends the season getting a brand new job at the Bulletin for, like, fucking, like, for just because of the BB report.
Nah, it's not just because of the BB report.
It's mostly because of the BB report, because she revealed that it was her at the end.
Yeah, but it's also because she got the same office as her uncle, who worked at the Bulletin.
Yeah, the same office as her uncle. She didn't have that office before. Why did they give her the office now? Because of what she did with the BB report.
Okay.
I'm saying, my thing is, like, she, like, the fact she's getting that, and it's like she's facing, like, she doesn't even face any, like, mental guilt over, like, I basically just got this motherfucker killed.
Well, she does. She literally includes him in the video.
She includes him in the video, but, like,
and she has a picture of him on her desk.
But that's not real, like, yes, oh my god, because I actually fucked up.
Because they didn't have enough screen time to show it. I'm assuming in season 3, if she's in it, they're going to talk about it.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just didn't like the fact that, like, she never faces any repercussions for pretty much any of the shit she does. Every other character that you see rebel against Fisk faces massive consequences for doing so, other than BB.
I mean, yeah.
Other than BB. The only thing that goes against her is Daniel dying, and the reason why he dies is because she used the information that he gave her.
Yeah.
Without him knowing.
I mean, I'm assuming it's something that they'll elaborate on if they plan on keeping her around in the 3rd season.
I mean, maybe. But I'll just move on to my next one. I don't have that many left. The one black task force guy in the finale, Cole. I forget his name, Cole, that knocked out Powell and switched sides. It was not something I liked, I'm gonna be honest. And, like,
okay.
Because
there's certain things I want to touch on about that. It was it
just seemed very random to me and very convenient.
It wasn't random. It was because when Powell shot Saunders, you saw Cole's face. Cole literally goes to Powell. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then in that moment, he's like, "You told me that fucking Hector Ayala killed the cop," and all of this. So it's like, it was good, but it was also kind of like it was kind of like the token, like, thing that a lot of media include, where they want to have one, like. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't go into that. Never mind.
Yeah, but, like, I just, it didn't really work for me. But yeah, no, it just, to me, it seemed very, like, I see what they were trying to do. I'm not saying there was, like, zero motivation. There obviously was some. I just don't think there was enough to do what he did, because it seemed very sudden to me.
Yeah.
Like, there was no real gradual, like, oh my god, there's like some like I don't really want to do
Yeah, there was like 2 scenes that showed it. Not a lot of people
like 2
that.
very small ones.
Not a lot of people like that. I don't either, and I don't like how the rest of the task force that were around him kind of just listened to Cole when he said that.
Yeah, that was also weird.
But like, yeah, other than that, I didn't really mind that much.
Yeah, I have 2 left, and I'm gonna get into the finale later. I really like the finale, but I have 2 gripes with the finale. One of them, I'm gonna say now, isn't really that big of like an actual gripe. It was more so the final montage in the finale where you have the needle drop with the Radiohead song. It was really good. You see Matt in jail, being taken away from Karen. You see what's it called, Fisk on the ocean, pretending like he's there with Vanessa. That's the callback, whatever, right? You see Dexter going off with Mr. Charles. You see Luke Cage meeting up with Jessica Jones. All that stuff. All of that was great. But I instantly killed my vibe when that was the scene where we finally saw her put the Muse mask on. We saw Heather put the Muse mask on.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, dude, you just gave me, like, super good scenes, like, clips to put in this montage. And then you just have Heather putting the Muse mask just in there. And that just killed it so much.
It feels unnatural, which is, like, weird considering how hard they've been trying to build this up.
Yeah, it killed it for me, I'm gonna be honest. It did.
It didn't kill it for me, but, I didn't love it. I mean, and I liked how when she put it on, she looks in the mirror, and that's when she actually sees herself, which is like kind of supposed to be a callback to when her book, where it's like when they put on the mask, it's actually their unmasked self they're seeing.
Yeah, I guess my last one though, regarding the finale especially, is that this is something that, like, okay, maybe it is a nitpick, and maybe I just don't know how to like shut the fuck up and just watch and enjoy. Why is Angela fighting against grown men in the finale who are very heavily armed with basically 0 experience and winning?
Oh my god, you're dumb. You're actually really dumb.
What?
Oh
What? How? How is she doing it?
She's wearing the gem that gives her superpowers?
That does not mean she knows how to fight. She's 13.
Dog, oh my god, she's wearing a gem that gives her super strength and super speed. It doesn't matter if you know how to fight. It doesn't matter if you know how to fight.
First off, we don't know how it works in the MCU. We don't know how the fucking... Because we get no explanation for it.
They stay in season 1. It gives him superpowers.
It doesn't say what. It just says... We just assume that it's the strength and the speed, yes?
Strength, speed,
I'm saying...
They literally say strength, speed, and reflexes. They say
okay.
the enhanced
Even with strength, speed, and reflexes, she's a 13-year-old girl who has never fought in her life.
Okay.
She's fighting... It does not make her bulletproof. She's fighting against armed grown men who are trained.
That's objectively wrong because she fought earlier in the season. 1.
Okay, against who?
With Matt when he was breaking everyone out from the task force prison?
Yeah, but that was not... Okay,
if we're going off of that...
Okay, then that just adds to my point. How is she fighting fully grown armed men? She's not bulletproof. First off, number 1, she's not bulletproof. I don't know what your rebuttal is. She's not bulletproof. So she's a 13-year-old kid with basically 0 training, 0 experience, fighting in this season just with the necklace on. And that's it. It's like, all of a sudden, now she's capable.
So how is Jessica Jones able to fight? All she has is super. She's not bulletproof. All she has is she's never been taught how to fight.
But she has experience. She has a whole show about it.
You go to season 1 of her show, she knows how to fight. She fights in season 1. No fighting experience, no training, no nothing.
Okay,
she has super strength. That's the point.
Okay, then that's a flaw against Jessica Jones too. Then why are we acting like just because they did it with this character, then all of a sudden we can do it with a 13-year-old girl who's never fought before in her life before this season?
This is a constant thing in all media whatsoever.
That does not make it good.
When you are stronger, faster, signet to superhuman levels, you can fight. That's the whole point. That's why they literally go out of their way to show that she's not good at fighting.
When did they go out of their way to show she's not good at fighting? When
you see her fighting, she is not doing it.
Bro,
let me talk.
There was literally a shot where I think it's either Karen or Jessica Jones watching her beat the shit out of a guy, saying how you could literally see on her expression how is she able to do that.
Yes, because guess what? They're showing she's not good at fighting and that she is literally just animalistically stronger than everyone else there. They are showing her just sprinting around. She is not using any fighting technique. She rips the gun out of his hand and starts beating him with it. She is not good at fighting. She is just stronger than him. You're just dumb.
What do you mean I'm just dumb, bro? I'm sorry, bro. It does. I don't care what. First off, assuming she gets super speed and super strength and durability and reflexes, whatever the fuck, at 13 years old, you give that to a 13-year-old girl. I'm sorry, bro. She has zero training or experience. She should not be able to be this capable. Even if she is way stronger, she doesn't know. She shouldn't know how to use that strength off the bat. No training. She shouldn't know how to use it.
How is Spider-Man able to fight right after he gets his powers?
He's not. A lot of the time, he's not able to really fight like that.
In almost every iteration, a week or two after he gets his powers, he's in the mask fighting.
Bro, okay.
In most every iteration. She's had that gemstone for months at this point.
No. Not for months at this point, no.
Season 2 takes place months after Season 1. That is stated multiple times.
Okay. She has we don't see her get any experience with it, though. When did she use it?
Just because they don't show it on screen doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Okay, then that's a fucking bad thing then. Because how all of a sudden you see her get it and then all of a sudden she's just able to fight grown armed men.
Oh my god, and Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man, at least, even if I don't agree with it, at least he has the thing of the spider sense where even if he's not actually trained, he can at least know how to get out of trouble and how to avoid getting hit. Because as a human, you know how to hit someone. How do you avoid getting hit? You can't be that good with no training at avoiding
because she
everything.
Has super reflexes. That's explained.
Oh my god, bro. She shouldn't know how to use it to that extent, I'm saying. She's fighting a group of armed men with no experience.
Oh my god. How can Black Panther fight right after he gets the freaking super serum?
Black Panther's been training his whole life.
Yes, but the super serum enhances that because he's getting the memories of the other people that avoid it.
Yes, but he's also been training his whole life.
They talk about how
T'Challa trained his entire life to be Black Panther. That is not the same.
Don't remember the scene does not make it a bad thing about the scene.
That is not the same thing, no, because you're comparing it to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, who objectively, my point is correct there.
Oh my god! First, no, stop. You're comparing it to Spider-Man, who number one has spider sense on his side, which is way better than any sort of reflexes because it's literally before it even happens. So number one, that's not the same. And a lot of times, Spider-Man is depicted as getting his ass beat a lot of the time when he first gets his powers because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing yet. He learns by trial, by fucking failure. And you're comparing her to Jessica Jones, who, that's another flaw within her character. If she knows how to fight with zero training, that's a flaw.
It's not a flaw. It's an aspect of heroes. Aspect of almost every single hero we see that has some version of enhanced abilities, superhuman abilities. Unless they have a military background, almost all of them have to learn how to fight as they go. This girl...
And my point is she never had to learn how to fight.
Let me talk.
You have also interrupted me. I'm saying my point is she never learned how to fight.
More than I cut you off. One, we don't know that she never learned how to fight because maybe they show her character. Maybe they show a background of her uncle teaching her how to fight. We don't know that because her character is going to get expanded upon in the future. They're setting that up. So you're literally, you're complaining about something that we don't know about yet, too.
What do you mean what do you mean that we don't know about? If they go back and then do it again and say, in order to explain how she's able to do this in the finale and able to do this in this season, we're going to go back in the next season and say, and give her flashback scenes of her uncle training her how to fight. That is then going back and retroactively trying to make sense of it. If they don't show it in this season, then how, we can't just assume.
Oh my god, by your point, then how is Daredevil able to fight in episode 1 of Daredevil?
He was trained!
Yeah, but they didn't show that till after!
Yes, because he was fucking trained.
You can't admit you're wrong. You can't admit.
He literally, bro, he got trained by Stick as a kid.
They show that
in season 1. They show that in season 1. He's getting trained by Stick.
Yeah, but you see him fight in episode 1 and you don't show it until after episode 1.
By the end of the season, by the end of the season,
that's the same point you're trying to make.
No, it's not, because they show him getting trained by Stick in season 1.
Yes, I know.
No, in the same season where you see him fighting, you see in that same season him being trained how to fight. In this season where you see Angela fighting, this season she's not being shown how to fight.
Maybe she's not the main character.
So then that's a flaw if she's randomly able to be able to fight like that.
Oh my god, you're just unable to fucking...
Oh my god, bro. No, we're gonna move on, bro. I can't believe this is what genuinely fucking got us into an argument like that. I don't understand. But okay, sure, bro. Whatever. Agree to disagree. I don't think she should be able to fight like that right now.
Okay, whatever.
Give your pros. Which
one to start with? Okay, yeah. I wanted to say, even though we didn't get very many church scenes of him, I'm glad we do get fucking scenes of him in the church in this, where he's talking about, I forgot exactly what he said, but he references something from the Bible. A character from the Bible, I forget. I would have to pull up the scene, because I wrote this probably a month ago, but...
Yeah, there was that one scene of him, I think he was in the suit talking to, one of the pastors, asking about Bullseye when he went in there to do a confession.
Well, no. But
that was a good scene.
That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where he's genuinely sitting in there, like trying.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm also talking like the one time he went in there with the suit. I thought that was a good scene too. Talking about the suit, I thought this suit in the beginning, before he got the red splotches, I thought the black suit with the double D's looks very good. I think that's probably my favorite Daredevil suit in live action.
I think even with the red splotches, I think this is probably like a top 3 live action suit I've seen.
The thing with the red splotches that gets me is that I told you this, we got too many shots of it in the daylight where I don't like it. I like it in the dark, but I don't like it as much in the daylight.
I didn't hate it in the daylight, and I liked it a lot in the dark. So yeah.
I liked it in the dark, but we got a lot of just shots of it in the daylight, especially when he's going off to do that thing with Jessica Jones. I forget what episode it is. We see him in the daylight with it a good amount, and it doesn't look good in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say this one now. All right, ready. Season 2, episode 3. We're sitting there. You know, you're trying to immerse yourself. Karen and Matt are having this argument. There's like moral argument about should she kill Bullseye? You know, Punisher philosophy versus fucking Matt's philosophy, right? And you cannot focus on it because Charlie Cox is shirtless, and that is probably the best I have ever seen someone look on live screen, bro. Like, I am a completely heterosexual man, but I was jealous as fuck. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, what drugs was he on to look like that, dude?
Oh yeah, he was on everything.
How many peptides do I need?
You know he was on everything.
How many peptides?
Every peptide on the planet. Yeah, you already know. But
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, bro.
No, he did look.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He did. I'll get my next one. You talked about this earlier, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I am glad, though, that they're finally stopped in this season doing the will they, won't they with Karen and Matt. And they decided, like, even if, like, you don't agree with it as much, and even though I like it, I would prefer Matt and Elektra. I do like that they at least committed to, like, okay, we're not going to play this will they, won't they for the 4th season in a row. They're going to be fully together, and that's going to be that. I actually like that because then we were able to actually see them be good without having to, like be good together on screen without having the whole repetitive will they, won't they that we've seen forever.
Yeah. No, I hated that. And I'm watching the original Daredevil right now, and I hate it. I hate it. Because I know Matt is kind of known as a character to never settle down, other than, like, the one line he kind of settles with Elektra before he dies. But, like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with this one. The scene of fucking when Powell shot Saunders in the head, that was like, bro, my jaw dropped in that scene. I was like, and that whole scene was crazy. The tension was crazy. The rioters, the pictures of all of the people that were done dirty in the task force prisons being played on the fucking mayor's office. All of that, Fisk watching from the windows. That, I think it was episode. It was episode 7, I think. Because that's
so.
When, that whole episode, before the finale, that was probably my favorite episode.
Yeah, probably.
It was so good.
Yeah. My next one, I thought this is something that actually had me like one of the things that I noticed off the bat that, like, some people tended to not notice was that this show does a really good job of subtly integrating itself into, like, the broader MCU in terms of Fisk has pull with Valentina from Thunderbolts. And that was something really cool to me. I did not expect that at all.
Was it Fisk or Mr. Charles? And Mr. Charles is established as working with Valentina. I don't think Fisk necessarily
No, because when Fisk, at the beginning of the season, the governor's trying to get out his ass and be like, oh, there's going to be oversight. And he makes a call and he says, on the orders of, what's Valentina's last name?
DeFontaine.
Yeah, on orders of Miss DeFontaine, there's no oversight.
Oh, shit.
And so that was like, oh my God, Fisk has pull with Valentina from Thunderbolts. I thought that was a really good way to subtly integrate it. Obviously, Jessica Jones coming back with Luke Cage was also a really good way to do it. Obviously, Sony fucked it over for us. We can't see Peter
again,
but it would have been really cool. Like, you know, they would have done it if they could have done it. I think they would have tried to somehow integrate Peter somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, MJ need a private or Instagram account. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna talk about this now because as good as Charlie Cox was, as good as Wilson Bethel was, as good as I don't know Karen's accent, but
I think it's Deborah Ann Wolf. That's what
Deborah Ann Wolf. Vincent D'Onofrio delivers the best performance in this season.
Yeah.
And I fucking love his season 1 performance of the original Daredevil, not Born Again. Born Again, he was good, but nothing crazy. But this is the only thing I've ever seen, like, this season is the only thing I've ever seen that rivals his performance in that season. Like, the way, like, up until Vanessa dies, the way he's speaking, and Vincent D'Onofrio came out and said this, where he talks about how, like, the way he speaks the way he does, because he wants you to always know that Fisk is basically stopping himself from just losing control. He's just stopping himself. And then in episode 7, after Vanessa dies, because episode 7 starts with him killing the doctor, when he goes to visit Karen.
That was so, bro, that doctor was so dumb, man.
Yeah,
bro, what was he thinking?
I am sorry for you. Like, bro, no.
Yeah.
He's like sitting there talking about like the spiritual journey.
The second he opened his arms up for the hug, I'm like, what are you doing?
He's like he's sitting there talking about like the spiritual journey. I'm like, oh yeah. No, but fucking after Vanessa dies, you can hear how like that like pause in his speech is just completely gone. And now it's just him, like you could tell he's out of control. Like when he goes to visit Karen and the fucking ha like that, or the fucking boo when he opens the doors, like that.
Bro, that scene is so funny.
That scene is so. I'm gonna talk about that hallway scene in a minute.
Yeah, but I'll get my next one. I thought this started off so strong, and I thought it was probably one of the best episode 1s of like an MCU TV show I've seen for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just like because they start off so strong. Like the Karen and Matt stuff at the start was amazing. The Fisk stuff where we see where he is right now, like at the start of the season, was really good. Like the BB stuff at the start of the season I liked. And the bullseye twist at the end when he saves Matt was really good.
Yeah.
And I thought the Heather plotline started off well in episode 1 and then just became what it became. But I thought the show got off to a really strong start.
Oh, wait. One thing I forgot to talk about in the cons is the love triangle between Matt, Karen, and Frank. And we can call it a triangle. Because I can very much establish, it is, they say that they have feelings for each other in the season 1 when they talk about, I heard your heart rate increase.
That was so weird.
And her, like, still looking for Frank to make sure. Obviously, she cares about Frank on a regular level. I don't know, bro. Does she say I love you too to Matt? Or does it just say in the finale? Or does Matt say I love you?
No, they both say I love you, I think.
Do they?
I think so. I think they did, yeah. I think they both said it, yeah. Like, you're talking right before he gets taken by the police.
Right before he gets taken by the
police.
police.
I think they both said it.
They do? Okay. I'm going to fact check that. But do your next part. Yeah, but like that weird love triangle, because I do think they need to pick one or the other, because they kind of picked Matt, but that's also because Frank wasn't around. So if we get in the Punisher special and Karen's in it and they're just doing the same bullshit, it's like, I don't know.
I don't think Karen's gonna be in it, but this is my next pro. I think the show handles a larger scale really well, like in terms of like narratively, and like. I don't want to say, because like when I wrote this down, I said it's bigger in terms of scale than any of the Netflix seasons. And thinking back to that's not exactly true. But the reason why I wrote that down is because I was thinking about the Marvel Disney Plus shows, and I'm like, the scales that like the shows that are like this type of size scale wise don't handle it as well. Oh yeah, like in terms of Disney Plus shows, like for Marvel, like. This handles its scale way better than most of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Because it still feels very personal at its core with things like the parallels between Matt and Fisk. And even though I thought BB was kind of annoying, the BB Uric plotline is still like personal. And I thought showing the cruelty of the task force does like it is like, even though it's a big scale thing, it is at the end of the day like more personal at its heart because you're attacking like small communities. But I thought it handled its scale really well, which is not something you could say for other Marvel Disney Plus shows.
I'm gonna contrast something you just said. And this maybe I'm gonna include a hot take in here. So I actually really liked the BB Uric stuff.
Okay.
And the main thing is because she's just the best female character in this season, other than maybe Karen. Like,
yeah, I think Karen is better.
Karen's probably better. I don't know. I really liked BB. I like what they do with her and how she, like, they kind of show her, like, originally she's just manipulating Daniel, but then she starts to actually care for him. Like, she goes to the office and she's not going to post the story.
She does care for him, but, like...
She does.
Yeah, keep on.
They show her, like, and when they get to his house, that's the point where they show him she actually does genuinely start to care for him, like beyond just being a friend. And I think that's when she actually developed like genuine feelings for him, which is why I do think they're gonna elaborate on Daniel dying in the second season and that being everything.
Or third season.
Third season, excuse me. And this is gonna run in the hot take. The callbacks are her joining the Bulletin. Listen, in season 1, a lot of people loved Ben Urich. I did not care for him or his plot line, like, practically at all with his wife. And I actually really prefer BB over him. And I prefer pretty much, like, because the only thing about Ben was he was just, like, this experienced, like, detective-type reporter that BB doesn't have. But I like what they do with her on an interpersonal level way more than anything they ever did with Ben.
I mean, I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen Netflix Daredevil, and I don't remember ever finishing it. But, I don't know. Like, the thing with the BB Urich stuff is that, like, I thought her some of the stuff for her plot line was really good. I just, like, I start having issues once we get to, like, especially, like, once we get to, like, the end of Daniel, that's when I start to have issues with her character. Because it's, like, she did so much to go against Fisk. And she used the fuck out of Daniel. And once we end the season and we realize, oh shit, she never actually really faced any consequences for that. That's when I actually had like a gripe with it. Before that though, I thought her plot line was really good, even if I didn't like her character as much. But I don't even know if I disliked her character that much. I just didn't like Daniel so much that I think it kind of rubbed off on her.
Yeah. No, yeah, I really liked BB. And okay, wait, this is another one that we see. This is something that's been a thing since season 1 of Daredevil, but I like how they're kind of like changing up the ways they do it, is the red lighting around Matt. So in the courtroom, when Fisk speaks to Matt while he's in the judge's chambers, you'll notice there's like a red flash that comes across the screen while Matt is using his powers. Like, it's like little tiny details like that, and they've been very good at doing this. Like, in that courtroom, Matt had a Daredevil comic on the table.
Oh, he did. Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Or you can see that, like, right after Matt comes out as Daredevil, Heather stands up to try and confront him about it, but Buck pulls her back down. It's in the background of the scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like little aspects like that are really good, and they've
actually, I think I do remember that. Yeah.
They've gotten really good at doing this. In season 1, they did it. Obviously, they include the fucking Kamala Khan. I wouldn't even call that a background.
Oh, the bank heist episode was so bad.
They include the Miles Morales sneak or his dad, and all of that. Yeah, we talked about it. When they're in the court for Hector Ayala, he's talking about police that.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. They've gotten really good with like little background aspects like that.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. My next one, I thought the cinematography and the lighting, like you just said, in certain shots is like it's genuinely beautiful, and I think it might eclipse like maybe a show like, I don't know if it eclipses Wonder Man, but like in terms of like that aspect, it's definitely up there as of one of, if not the best looking MCU Disney Plus shows.
Maybe not in terms of the visual stuff, but the contrast they do with Fisk and Daredevil and the cinematography is insane.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Because I just remember Wonder Man having really good cinematography, so maybe I'm wrong, but it's definitely up there with it for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, this is a big one for me. The fight scenes, because one of my things in season 1 was I did not like how some of the fight scenes looked, especially that first scene of Daredevil and Bullseye, and people loved that one. And I saw that, but I'm like, I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how fake it looked. In season 2, especially with Bullseye fighting and with Daredevil using his Bully Club, it looks way better. The Daredevil in the freaking, not Daredevil, Bullseye in the diner.
Oh yeah,
when he fucking snipes a dude with a lobster.
That was such a good sequence.
That was such a good sequence. Obviously, Daredevil fighting with the fucked up leg in the last episode, or even when Jessica Jones was fighting in that warehouse, it looked amazing. The fight scenes looked really good.
Yeah, they did look good. They looked a lot better. Yeah, I agree with that. My next one is it's kind of funny because we just spent so much time talking about it. Other than, the fact that, I personally don't believe she should be able to fight the way she does. But I thought her plot line, I thought the White Tiger plot line with Angela was actually really good. And I think that child actor is amazing.
She's amazing.
She's really fucking good. Like, that's the thing. The only, like, gripe I have with her in both seasons of the show is...
She doesn't have enough screen time.
I do think she deserves more screen time, and I personally don't think she should be able to do that. But I do think her plotline is really good.
What I'm hoping is when they do introduce a Defenders type thing, that Danny Rand...
They try to, like, incorporate her more?
Yeah, that Danny Rand is going to end up training her. Because
I think that could be good.
Because I'm pretty sure that amulet... I don't know if they... Did they say anything about Kunlun? No, I don't think they did. But, like, White Tiger and Iron Fist do have a pretty good dynamic. Obviously, they're not going to do that because they age down White Tiger. Mm-hmm. They're not going to do, like, the kind of, like, romantic stuff that they hint at. Not, yeah. But I'm hoping Danny Rand trains her a little bit, and that maybe they connect that amulet to Kunlun, which is obviously where Danny Rand trained and all of that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I do think there's a lot of potential with Angela's character. Like, yes. I think
I don't think she should get a solo show, though. I don't think she should get a solo show.
I don't think so.
I think she should be a very big supporting character in other seasons of Daredevil, maybe even in movies. Like, maybe you do the Spider-Man and White Tiger have a pretty funny dynamic in that one animated show.
Ultimate Spider-Man is not a good show, though. We ignore that one. Here's the thing. Here's what I would want. If you platform her character correctly and that actress correctly, in my opinion, I think, because we've heard rumors before about how Marvel want to do a Young Avengers thing, I think you could very easily make her, like, the centerpiece of that.
I just don't want to see Young Avengers, because I saw like Steve's kid is going to be in there. Steve Rogers' kid's going to be
in there. But if they do that, I wouldn't mind it if they made her, like, maybe not a leader, but, like, a very big part of it.
If they do it, Frank Richards is going to be the leader. But,
probably, yeah.
What have we not said?
I have a few more left. I have a decent amount left.
Okay. Here's a big one for me. And even though I did complain about us not seeing him enough in the season, Bullseye and the arc he's gone on from season 3 of the Netflix show until season 1 of Daredevil until this season of his one good deed, all of that, it is such a large upgrade over his comic character. Because in the comics, Bullseye, off of personality alone, is just a shitty knockoff of the Reverse Flash in a lot of ways. In the fucking sociopathic tendencies, in the way he'll, like...
He's just petty.
Yeah, he's just petty. In the way he'll fucking pose as Daredevil in the costume and all of that. Like, he's just a worse Reverse Flash in literally every single way.
I mean, that's fair. I just wish we could have saw more of him.
I wish we could have seen more of him, but obviously with him going with Mr. Charles or Mr. Robertson or whatever that dude's actual name is.
I think it's just Mr. Charles, yeah.
Well, no, they call him Mr. Robertson on the jet, but he asked to get called Mr. Charles by Fisk and all of them. But whatever. With him going presumably to Asia, which is where, because obviously Mr. Charles was reading like an Asia travel magazine when Jessica Jones confronted him. Which people are saying is going to tie into the Hand. I don't know about that. I
wouldn't be surprised.
But with all of that, I'm hoping we do get to see a lot more of Wilson Bethel, because he just does a perfect job as that character, and that's my personal fan cast for the Reverse Flash.
Wilson Bethel?
Yeah.
You don't think he's too old? How old is he?
He's probably around 43. I mean, Charlie Cox is 43. I'm assuming he's not around that age. Which is, like, I don't think he's too old, because Reverse Flash you can kind of do, as long as he's not 60, you can kind of work with the age.
You can work with an older actor. I mean... Yeah, I don't mind that. I think he could definitely do it.
And he said he would be younger than in the Flash show, how HR was.
How old was HR, the actor for HR, when they started?
There's no way he was under 50 when they started that show. There's no way.
Yeah, but like, he was on that show for so long.
Yeah, he was. But that's what I'm saying. He was old and he was on it for a long time. Now imagine a younger actor who looks significantly younger.
Yeah, fair. Let's see. Okay, Vanessa's death was done very fucking well. And I'm going to be honest, it's too bad because it got fucking spoiled for me before I saw it. Because Twitter...
we both got it spoiled.
Yeah, because Twitter is the worst app in the world. But, like, it was so well done. And I'm glad they didn't keep her alive when she woke up, because that would have annoyed me. Because, like, because there's a period, obviously, where she wakes up, she talks to Wilson for a bit. Yeah, and then she dies. Yeah. I was, like, when she woke up, part of me was, like, fuming. I was like, there's no fucking way they don't kill her off. And I was so happy that they ended up doing it, because I was like, because then it actually made, like, it still gave you the repercussions of her death, while also being able to, like, you know, incorporate her into that episode in a way that meant so, because that was the flashbacks episode.
I didn't mind her waking up because it goes back to season 1 of Daredevil, the Netflix show. She is hospitalized in that season after getting poisoned. And in that, she wakes up and then they sit and I think Wilson tells her stories and stuff. So they kind of do the same thing here. And I'm glad that after she got that, her side of the story from when they met, because that's never something we got. I'm glad that after that she died. I actually think that was really well written.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any more left?
I do have a few. They're not written down, but they're off the top of my head. Wilson Fisk in that, Big Willie Fisk in that hallway. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Him fucking baiting the dude against the corner of the wall. Where you just, and you can see, because the best part about that, after you see the dude fall off the wall, you can see part of the wood and fucking drywall is literally torn off. Like, oh my God. Or all of that. I mean, that whole ending with him, Matt and Jessica pulling all of the people off, him sitting there, them sitting there, literally like that one fucking alien picture, forehead to forehead. Them sitting there, fucking, it's over, we're both done. This, and then that, I actually really like the religious aspect of that. Matt literally says retribution, grace, all of that. And then in that ending, we get the 2 shots of Matt and Daredevil. They get, Matt and Wilson.
Yeah.
And we get, it's pretty much the same shot, just different settings. And we see, and you can see in the faces of the actors
that even though they're like, Big Willie is literally at a paradise, but he feels the exact same.
He's in the biggest prison he's ever been in.
Yeah.
And Matt is, even though he's in a prison, he's the freest he's ever been. Because he's now he's not Matt or Daredevil. He's just Daredevil, which is who he's always kind of wanted to be.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. My next one is about Bullseye. You already talked about him. I'll just say really quickly, I just I like how in his own twisted way he is searching for redemption, but doesn't see it in the same way that everyone else does, and it just helps him flesh him out as an antagonistic figure. Because I thought in season 1 they did not do very well with him, so I thought they did a really good job of fleshing him out in this season. But I'll move on to something that we haven't talked about yet. The flashback scenes with Matt and Fisk in episode 5 were amazing, because you can visually see them go back to the Netflix show style of lighting and visuals, and it was such a good thing they did. Plus the scenes that we got between Matt and Foggy were all really good pieces of dialogue, especially since it relates to the situation that Matt was currently in at the time with Bullseye, morally. And it was just, all those flashback scenes were so good. Matt and Bullseye being overlapped with the scenes of Matt and Foggy, they connect directly to the scenes we see with Fisk and Wesley recruiting Buck, which obviously connects to the flashbacks of Vanessa being overlapped with the current day scenes of her being in the hospital. That was just such good writing. And that's why I thought episode 5 as a whole was just beautiful in my opinion. And I don't know, that was probably one of my favorite episodes of a Marvel Disney Plus show.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, there's about 4 or 5 episodes in this season that I could say is probably my favorite Disney Plus episode.
Episode 5 is mine though. Episode 5 is the one where I might put episode 5 above the finale. That's how much I liked it.
I really liked the finale. There was just I really liked episode 7, which not a lot of people liked episode 7. Episode 6 is, I think, okay, after episode 2, I think every single episode for me is up there.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and 2
I just thought episode 5 was I thought that was the magnum opus of their season. I thought it was so good, man.
Okay, and one that we have not mentioned yet, which I'm surprised you haven't, the Daredevil reveal scene.
Oh, I have it later.
The unmasking. I do think there's been a big debate on Twitter because I don't have a life. There's been a big debate of Tony Stark's or Matt Murdock's reveal. And I'm going to be so honest with you, as iconic as RDJ, the I Am Iron Man one, this reveal has literally 12 years of build, or 11 years since 2015 was when the first season of Daredevil dropped. It is literally 11 years of build-up of this character, and his reveal means so much more for the character than Iron Man ever did. Had Iron Man stayed masked the whole time, yes, in the universe he needed to be unmasked, but for the actual character, Daredevil becoming himself, it literally is the perfect thing for his character, and I'm so happy they did it. I love the way he did it. Wilson Fisk, you're a fool, and he goes, no, I'm not, and he turns around with a smile on his face. And I love that he got to bitch that annoying ass DA fucking Hawkberg.
Hawkberg, man.
I hate Hawkberg so much. And the fucking, him throwing his, I don't know what they're called, walking sticks, whatever they're called. Him bouncing it off the wall into his hand. That whole scene is so good. It's probably one of the best unmaskings ever we've seen on screen in any sort of way. Like,
yeah, like I haven't like I'll just talk about it because I haven't written down. You mentioned it, the courtroom sequence in the finale where he reveals his identity. That, in my opinion, that might be the best superhero identity reveal I've ever seen because the way it was handled was perfect.
No, bro, because
he knew he could take Fisk down with him, so he did what he had to do.
Yeah, let me jump in really fast. Sorry, but literally since they like hinted at it in episode 7, bro, I'm telling you, when he was with Karen talking with her outside the precinct, and like he hinted like, I know what I have to do, or I forgot the exact line. Bro, I'm telling you, I jumped out of my bed and like walked around my house for like 5 minutes. I was like, bro, I'm so high. Because I literally said this. I said this to you in season 1 in the Hector Ayala trial. I thought like...
You thought they were going to do it there. Yeah.
I thought that they should have done something. I didn't think they were, but I didn't think they had the balls to do it, honestly. But I was like, they should do this year. Because Matt's already relinquished... He had relinquished Daredevil at that point. He should have given himself up. But no, in this season, the only thing I would have liked better is if he like put the helmet on the table or something like that.
Maybe, but I do like the way they did it.
I don't know. I really like the way they did it.
I just like Matt has the biggest balls in the world, man. His balls are just massive.
I mean, bro, you can tell by the amount of woman he gets. Jesus Christ.
Like, bro, his balls are just massive, dude. But yeah, I'll get my next one. I mean, you kind of touched on this before. Watching Fisk start to lose control after Vanessa dies, and seeing how Matt begins to outsmart him after that until the finale was such a good thing to see, because it's like it makes total sense that like Fisk pretty much had most of the upper hand on Matt until Vanessa dies, and then all of a sudden Matt is like just like completely winning every single chess move.
And I like how it's a callback. It creates a nice parallel with Bullseye, because of his whole arc in season 3 was his Northern Star, and Vanessa has always been Fisk's Northern Star, or his guy, which for anyone that doesn't understand what that means, it refers to a compass. How compasses always start facing north. There are like, that's why north is always
and Vanessa direction. Was his guide.
Vanessa was his guide. The second she's gone, he just loses his shit. He's not the cool, composed Fisk he was before he met Vanessa. He literally, all of the crazy negative she held back, all of that repression, just bursting out at once. Yeah, which is why when you see him burst out, fucking boo, and just hit a dude so hard he smashes his head open on the fucking thing.
Yeah, because there's multiple lines of dialogue from like, I think it's like Sheila, I think the governor said it as well, where they're like, when Vanessa was there, I thought there was at least someone who could rein him in. Now she's gone, and we have to get him out. Yeah. And so like I don't know, like I just thought it was a really well done way to handle her death, because they could have just had her die and then just had Fisk do whatever kind of bullshit. But like the fact that he actively starts losing the battle after Vanessa dies was really good.
I was really scared they were gonna have her die and then have him start bombing the city. I was really scared they were gonna do that, and I'm really glad that didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm wrapped up on pros for now.
I have 2 more.
Here, I'll say this. I like that we got to see Mike Coulter, even though he is definitely...
Mike Coulter, who?
Luke Cage.
That's, okay, yeah. I thought it was Luke Cage.
And in the post-credit scene, and I like how they, we already talked about Bullseye being on the plane and all of that. I think they really set themselves up really well for season 3.
Yeah, definitely.
And even for Brand New Day, because, bro, as much as Charlie Cox denies it, I'm at a point where if Daredevil is not in that prison scene in Brand New Day, it will be a con of that movie, and I will be talking shit about it. I don't care.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, bro, I saw a funny tweet about Luke Cage in the finale. It was like a picture of him, like, in the doorway, and a picture of, like, the poster of, like, his show, where, like, in the poster of his show, he's jacked as fuck.
Yeah, he's a lot super smaller.
Built, and then he's, like, a lot smaller. And someone was like, oh... the second he started dating a white girl, he lost all of his muscle mass. You need to come get a home-cooked meal by Black Queen. That's just so funny.
Can we leave this in?
Yeah, we can leave that in.
Okay, no. Yeah. But actually, him being noticeably smaller annoyed me a little bit. But at the same time, it's been 11 years. I can't judge the dude for getting smaller, because he was fucking massive in Luke Cage. Yeah. So I can't judge the dude for getting smaller, as much as I do want to see that build on Luke Cage.
Yeah, but this is my biggest pro of the entire episode. You can see it on my paper. Daniel is finally gone. He's done. He's gone. His death scene was pretty good. So you could see the words like that he uses to Buck about how working for Fisk will land him in the same position, and it did have some sort of effect on him, especially after he gets shot in the finale. But his death is the best thing he does. It's the best thing he does. And I'm gonna be honest, it did a lot to actually make his character tolerable for me, because it's like at least he has probably the best death scene like in the show.
So long story short, Nico has prejudice against Italian Americans.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like
No,
I cook the pizza. I cook the pizza.
Fucking-
But no, Daniel I was so happy when he
Fucking
died.
spaghetti
Dude,
mafia.
spaghetti, bro. No, when Buck shot, because I didn't think he was gonna shoot. I didn't think he was going to.
Yeah,
and it makes a lot of sense
because
that
they
you
filmed
say
the
that.
scene
Now.
that he didn't.
Yeah,
Wasn't
well,
supposed
like
to.
now that you say that like they originally
Well,
filmed the scene without him
Because
shooting.
the actress for BB, she went in an interview and she's like, "Yeah, Daniel was supposed to be alive. When they told me he died, I cried."
Well, that's the thing is like after he shot, I was like, I didn't think they were gonna shoot. When he shot him, and you see the fucking bullet in his head, dude, I paused the show. I started jumping on my bed. I'm like, finally! I was so happy they finally killed this guy.
Okay.
Because I don't think he should have survived that long anyway, if I'm being honest, bro.
Okay. So we're gonna move on from that for one very quick hypothetical, since the time is almost up.
Yeah.
Since in the finale, we got to see it again, I must pose this question: Who wins, Thanos or Daredevil in a hallway?
Oh my god.
Or Daredevil in a hallway?
Now, okay. Is it Daredevil in a hallway in a season finale? That's important.
Okay, no. But here's the thing: but the hallway scene in season 1's not in the season finale. That's the problem.
In you season 1 of Born Again, you mean?
And no, in season 1 of the original Daredevil, that's
Okay.
the hallway scene.
Yeah, the hallway scene. You're right.
But Daredevil in a hallway versus Thanos, bro. Get his ass, Daredevil.
Get his ass Daredevil. Bro, that's gonna sound so stupid to someone who hasn't seen that picture.
Yes. Someone who hasn't seen that fucking screenshot, they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, but I think it's Daredevil. Then you gotta say it's Daredevil. You gotta say it's Daredevil in a
Bro, I'm
hallway.
gonna be honest. I don't think there's a single character that beats him.
Hey, Daredevil in a hallway or Injustice Superman.
Daredevil in a hallway sticks that billy club up his ass, bro. I don't know what I'm
sure,
saying.
sure.
He's gonna start pegging him with it.
Daredevil in a hallway or Dr. Manhattan.
See, like, Dr. Manhattan can't fit in the hallway, but Daredevil can.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. We'll get into our second segment. If
Hey,
you want,
bro. Moral of the story, though, Willie was putting in work in that damn hallway, bro.
Yeah,
That scene was...
Big Willie was going crazy.
That scene was brutal. I love that shit.
Yeah, Big Willie was going crazy. But we're gonna wrap it up here for our first segment of the episode. If you're on YouTube, our second segment will be released in a separate video. If you're on Spotify, just wait like 3 seconds and we'll start our second segment. Thank you for listening.